Hi, I'm Carina Gardner, and today we're going to put together my lantern series. I've got 4 lanterns for you in my silhouette shop. They're all hanging lanterns, and they have the ability to have tea lights in them, little electric tea lights, with the exception of this one. This one you'd have to glue in the tea light. So we're going to put these together today. I think you're going to really like them, and they're a fun way to celebrate spring. We are going to get started with the Lavender Fringe lantern. You can see it has this great fringe. It also has the most pieces to it. So it does have a handle, as you can see here, and then it has all these flower pieces. So we're gonna put together the flower pieces first. You can finger press all of these petals up, and then you're going to have a smaller piece and a bigger piece, and you're just going to glue those together, just like this. Okay, and then you do have a center like this. So I'm just gonna press this up, put a little bit of glue on it. If you wanna get really crazy, you can add a pearl or some other fun centerpiece to it, okay? Isn't that darling? Okay, so I'm gonna finish putting together all these flowers, and then I'm gonna show you how to construct the lantern. All the flowers are done. You should have 5. If you want more, you can have more. Okay, so with your lantern, what you're going to do is you are going to press just like this where the score line is, so it'll create a nice line for you. And then you are going to pull it around and glue it together, okay? So I'm just gonna put a lining of glue here right on the edge. Do this. Okay, I just suddenly thought, oh, I should have put the fringe on first, but I'm going to show you, if you make the mistake like I do, that it's really okay. I'm going to go ahead and put the handle on. So you're just going to put a dot of glue up at the top. Just like that. A little dot on the other side. You can put this handle anywhere. And then, okay, so for the fringe, it probably would have been smarter for me to glue it while it was in there. But if you made the same mistake as I did, it's no big deal. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and glue these 2 together. And I wanna make sure that these are all separated. You know when you cut on your machine and it's like, still like little pieces are stuck together. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue here and go ahead and glue that together, because it should fit right up in there. Looks like it needs to be a little bit tighter. Let's see. There we go. So it should glue right up in there. So if you make the mistake like I do, it's really not that big of a deal. So instead, all I'm going to do is just go ahead and add a little layer of glue right around the edge. Oh, and hopefully yours doesn't come apart the way mine just did. And these are all hanging lanterns, so they're supposed to have, like, you know, you don't want this to be super straight, is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to try to mess it up a bit because it'll be much fuller and take up more space and be more fun. Okay, so you get the idea there. Okay, so then just go ahead and glue on your flowers, and it should relatively cover your bottom area. So just spread them apart the best you can. Isn't that so cute? And if you had a whole bunch of these hanging, I mean, you saw how quickly it is to put together. It's actually really fast to cut as well. Okay, so that is your Lavender Fringe Springtime Lantern with candle holder. This is a mini, it's very, very small. And I actually ended up cutting out all the thin pieces on white vinyl because it was not cutting as clean as I would like it to. That is a great trick if you're really struggling with, you know, getting something cut really skinny. So I do have these, some some transfer paper here. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna transfer it into the middle of the springtime pieces. So I'm gonna do that really quick. It also makes it nice because you don't have to glue it. Okay, isn't that pretty? So go ahead and you're gonna press out on the top, you're gonna press down, and then you're gonna press your tabs in. Okay, so just like that. That's the way the lantern will be built. So go ahead and press everything. So from here, we're gonna glue the whole thing together. I like to glue the edges of this together first, and then we're gonna add the bottom piece at the very end. Okay, so you should have this great piece. Now, if you wanted to lay these flat, of course you don't have to put on this bottom piece, but I built this specifically with this crazy opening. So if you fold this in place and you press this either in or out, I made it with this opening so that you could stick a tea light candle in it. Now, it's a tight fit. It's meant to, like, you can turn on the candle and then you're gonna have to shimmy it in there, but the point is that you can, like, you have the ability to. Okay, so I do have this little edge piece and you have a tab here, and I didn't know which one you were going to use. So for me, what I'm going to do to finish it up is I'm going to just cut a line here with my X-Acto knife. So I'm going to fold this straight. I'm just going to connect 3 of these lines. Okay, so see, it's like really not that big of a deal. And I almost prefer to be able to do it myself to make sure that it's done correctly, rather than having the machine do it. Okay, so go ahead and glue this into place. Now, the final thing we're going to do is we're going to glue together all these top pieces. Then our pretty little white highlight pieces. Okay, that's it. Isn't that so cute? Next, we're gonna put together, this is the lit up lantern with candle opening. So this, once again, I decided to cut several of the pieces on vinyl because it just cuts cleaner. If you want to do it with paper, you absolutely can. But I have some transfer paper here, so I'm just going to cut this down a bit and go ahead and transfer all the flowers onto the centers. Hard part is I have to hold this up because I don't want it to get on the other flower. But you can see it comes up pretty easily. And honestly, if you want to do this with paper, it's totally doable with paper. I just didn't think my machine was cutting as clean as I wanted, and I knew the vinyl would cut really clean. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I'm gonna finish the rest of these. This would have cut just fine on paper, but just so happened I was like already cutting these, so I was like, oh, you know what? Why put in a white piece of paper? I'm just going to cut these in vinyl too, and they'll stick into place, and I won't have to worry about them. So that is what happened here. So also, once again, easily you can cut this in paper instead of vinyl. Okay, so this comes together really easy from here. You're just going to press all of your lantern pieces here and out like that. And actually this is supposed to be in. So I'm just gonna press everything in place. Like the tiny one, I have a bottom piece that opens up so that you can put a light inside of it. So just go ahead and glue all your edges together so that you get the main box together here. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue the bottom on. Okay, now I'm just going to glue these outside edges together. Okay, there you go. And this is cut on 12" by 12" paper. So if you want to make it smaller, you absolutely can. But I love the size, and you shouldn't have any problems getting your candle in the bottom of this and just pulling it in and out. Our final lantern is this vertical lantern. So what you're going to do is, this is meant to be just a oval shape. So you're just going to put a little bit of glue along one of the edges and go ahead and glue these two pieces together. Just like that. Now, this is like a candle holder. It is a candle holder, not like. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down to the bottom area. I mean, there's a reason the lighting is top and bottom and in the middle. It's so you have room to put a candle fixture in it. Now, one of the things I am worried about is keeping this up into place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue here, and I'm going to hold it in place for this little candle nook until the glue is totally dried, okay? And then kind of press this down, because we're going to get a cylinder shape out of it. And then same deal on this side. As you wrap this around, go ahead and glue one side to this. Just need one side on, just to hold it in place. And then the great thing is that kind of measures for you, so you can glue this other side on. So I'm actually going to start right here in the middle. Just put a little bit of glue right here just to line it up. And then just glue along that edge to finish up. Okay, so you can see it makes this awesome cylinder shape. You might have to put extra glue in there just to keep it all in place. And you can get your hand in there, so I can't on that side. Let's see if I can get my hand in there. It will glue much better. So it's this crazy, really vertical shape, but that's what I like about it. And then you're just gonna add the handle to that. On either side. That way it hangs. And then you can just drop in right there in the center. You can see you can drop in a lit candle. So it's just really easy in and out, which is what you want for something that's hanging, which the point of this is that it is a hanging piece. Okay, I think that's everything. Just gonna show you all the final pieces here. Here we go. Okay, so these all hang, and they should all in some way be able to, you can put a little lit candle in it. There's not really anything for this one to place in, just because there really wasn't a great place to put it, but you could always put a little, like a command strip and put it inside there, or you can even hot glue in a light if you want into this one. So that's, I made this area right here much bigger for that very reason. Okay. That's it. If you are not part of my Silhouette VIP group, you should join. It's totally free, and I send a free SVG file every single week so that you can create with me. And then I also update you on all the fun new things that I'm working on. And make sure to subscribe to the channel because I post, well, several times a week, lots of different projects. And I will see you soon.